Waiting for the YouTube broadcast to come up. All right, there we go. Make sure I'm on the right channel here. Okay, I'm on that channel right there. Where am I at? Get back over here. Okay. All right. We are live on YouTube. One moment. Let me refresh this so it'll show the live here. And let me get the volume muted. All right, there we are. All right, so yeah, we are live on YouTube now. Let me go ahead and mute this real quick. All right. Let's get back to my there. And all right, let me go ahead and get back, start my recording. All right, good evening, everyone. This is Monday night, 7 p.m., 7:15. We're getting started a little bit late, 7:20, but we're here for our franchise training. So we have franchise training every Monday night, usually from 7:15 until about 8 to 8:30. Tonight's training is for those of you who are interested, or those of you who already have an RBBS Logistics Done Some franchise. And the RBBS Logistics Done franchise is just what it is. It's a franchise where you all can you can either buy it outright, $4,999.95, or you can finance it with 10% down, $499.95 down. Now, for those of you who are members of our platform, you can actually just start making monthly payments. You don't have to put in money down to start your franchise. You can just say, okay, well, I want to, I want a franchise, and we give you the option of doing so, and you can just, basically just tell us what you want to pay per month. It has to be a minimum of $50 per month. There is no interest on your monthly payments when you all decide you want to get a franchise. But if you're not part of our platform, someone who's coming in from the outside, they can finance their franchise with 10% down. They can do 1, 2, or 3 year finance. Of course, there is interest, charged to that when those people want to do a franchise. All right. Tonight, basically, all we're gonna do, because I feel we don't have very many people on here for the franchise. We have Darren, and all we're really doing tonight is I'm gonna be showing you all what we're gonna be paying for the school. If you sign someone up and they pay their tuition, and once we get our 45 minimum students and we have the course, and when the course, I think we do the payouts 2 weeks into the course, okay? But basically, let me go and show you all what the course is, show you all a little bit about the franchise. And now for those of you who are maybe watching this later on, you have a franchise. Now, this time of the year, so people have a tendency to slack on their monthly payments. Okay, and that happens, and that has happened every year since I started this. And I understand why it is, though. So between that Thanksgiving and New Year's, people tend to kind of forget about making their monthly payment to subscriptions, especially to the RBBS Logistics Done, because look, they got Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, so they got all these, Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays and all this other stuff that they're trying to do, and I get it. They're spending a lot of money, so they may, decide to put us on the back burner until after the new year, and that happens. So our subscriptions tend to drop, and the reason why I'm telling you all this, if you got a franchise, check with your people who you signed up. Now, I'm not saying pressure them, but kind of remind them. Just, give them a friendly reminder. We're not going to cut them off if they're not making a payment during this time of the year, but just kind of remind them that, that they did sign up for, the subscription, and that they may have, you may want to ask, hey, have you paid your subscription link to RBBS? Because that happens, especially when people first sign up and they may forget that they got a subscription and they may not check their email to see their invoice. That happens a lot too. Now, our system sends out reminders, but if a person's not even checking their email, the reminders, they're never going to see the reminders anyway. So sometimes I actually have to put in a phone call or send them a text to let them know and remind them that way. So what you all can do, if you sign people up for the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers or anything within our platform, just drop them a friendly note through Facebook Messenger or something and say, hey, by the way, have you started receiving your invoices from RBBS yet? And then the daughter, oh yeah, I did sign up for that thing. I need to check that. so be sure and do that, because they'll tend not to, pay their subscription, or they'll conveniently forget about it until after the holidays. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. And tell you a little bit about, catch those of you who are not familiar with our franchise. Our franchise, this goes down right here. All right, our franchise is $4,999.95. Now, that's the total cost of the franchise. If you're gonna pay it outright, you can come to our automated enrollment site, and it's right here on the enrollment site. Now, for those of you who don't know how to get to the enrollment site, you can go to our website at mydispatcher.org, and on the very first page, you'll scroll down, show you how to get here. You go to the home page which is mydispatcher.org. Let me pull that up for you. Little system. The internet has been acting slowly here for the last week. I don't know what's going on with it, but they're putting up this new, new web service or internet service here in Tallahassee, and they've been planting these cables and stuff all over town, in all the neighborhoods, and everything. And I think that's kind of been interfering with the regular internet, because since they started doing that, the internet has been kind of slow. But if you want to become part of if you want a franchise, you're going to come here to mydispatcher.org, which is our homepage. You're going to scroll down, you see a video in the middle page, and you're going to click here. When you click here where it says to enroll, go over to the enrollment site. So when you click over to the enrollment site, that's going to show you all of the different types of enrollments that we have available, including the franchise. Okay, all right. Now, if you have the money and you want to pay your franchise out all at once, you just pay it $4,999.95. There it is right there. Is that plus tax. Now, if you don't have $4,995.95, $5,000, you can finance your franchise, and you can click where it says 10% down, and then take you over to where you can finance the franchise. Now, the financing, once you put your down payment down, okay, plus tax, and then after the down payment is confirmed, you'll receive an email request requesting your selection of 1, 2, or 3 year financing options. Okay, once you choose your financial option, 30 days later, you begin receiving your monthly invoice for payments. Now, as you're making your payments, it will tell you what's left owed on your franchise, so you always know what your balance is and what's left that's owed on. Now, through financing this, it is with interest is charged to it. So if you've got 1 year financing, your interest is going to be very low. If you got 2 year financing, your interest rate is a little bit higher. If you got 3 year financing, your interest rate is a little bit higher. Okay, so if you finance it out for 3 years, you got a higher interest rate. If you finance it for just 1 year or 2 years, you got a lower interest rate. That's just how it is. But the longer you finance it out for, the lower your payments are. The shorter you finance out, the greater your payments are. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Now, what do you get when you what do you get with the franchise? All right, you get the ability to market the RBBS Just Starting Center and everything that we offer the exact same way that we do. Okay, and when you do that, and when you sign someone up, you get paid 50% of whatever enrollment fees that we have, and you also get 50% of the monthly subscription fees, with the exception of our on-site school, because we have a lot of expenses when it comes to the on-site school. So if you sign someone up for the tuition for the on-site school that we have, that's $7,500. We are paying up to $1,000 in the on the franchise fee on that. There are no monthly fees on it because it's just a one-time fee, and you get paid a one-time commission on that. Now, the reason why I say up to $1,000, because let's say, because we have to have a minimum class size of 4 to 5. Let's say you refer up to 5 students. On the first 5, you're going to receive $850 on your commission for those first 5. Now, that 5 has to be funded, which means they actually have to have the money for the tuition, and they have to attend the school. So when they attend, within the first 2 weeks of the course, that's when we pay out the payouts on the franchise fees. Now, if you refer anything over 5, anything, that 6 person you refer, then you start getting $1,000 on your franchise fee, and that's retroactive back to your first. So, and what we mean by that is this: if you refer 5, right, you're getting $850 per person. Okay. Now, when you hit that 6th person, now all of you're gonna get $1,000 for that 6th person that you refer, and everybody after that. But you gotta go retro back, and you're gonna get, what is it? What's 850 minus 1,000? You're gonna get what is that? 150 there? I think it's 150, right?
150.
Yeah. So you're gonna get an additional 150 for each of the 5 that you referred before, to bring that up to 1,000. So it's retroactive. It's retroactive back to the first one if you refer more than 5. So if you refer that 6th person, you're not getting 850 anymore. You're getting 1,000, and you're gonna get that 1,000 on all your people. So you're gonna go in retro back. You're gonna go back and get an extra 150 for those first 5 you referred, and you're gonna get 1,000 for everyone after that. Okay, so that's how it goes. Now, with the other stuff, what you have here for the franchise, the payouts are 50% of, like, for our veterans, $249.95. Our regular enrollment, $349.95. You get half of that. For our veterans monthly subscription, $29.95. For our regular enrollment, it's $39.95 plus tax. You get half of that. Now, you don't get half of the tax. You get half of the monthly subscription fee, not the tax. So you get half of $29.95. You get half of $39.95. If you sign someone up for one of our corporate enrollments go from $699.95 on the enrollment all the way up to $2,499.95 on the corporate enrollments. You get half of that. The monthly subscription on the corporate enrollments are from $99.95 all the way up to $299.95 per month. You get half of that when you sign someone up. On the franchise, you get 50% of the franchise fee. So if you sign someone up for a franchise, they pay $4,999.95, pay it all out at once. You're going to get half of that, roughly $2,450. Okay. If you sign someone up for the financing on it, now the financing works a little bit different. You don't get half of the down payment, but you do get half. You get half. I gotta check that again. I'm not sure if you get half of the finance charges or not. Yeah, you do get half of the finance charges. That's right, you do. And I think you get half of the down payment too, because you still got to get paid on that $4,995. So I think you do get half of the finance charges, and you get half of the $499.95 down. So you get half of that too. Now, if you have a franchise and you are an active dispatcher or freight broker or whatever the case may be, you have the opportunity to become a consultant with our learning center. You have an opportunity to become a consultant. If you become a consultant, we will add you to our booking site where people can book you for whatever your expertise is. They can book you, if you're proficient in, auto hauling, or you're proficient in showing people how to start their own trucking company. If you're proficient in just a certain part of the industry, let us know what you are proficient in. Then we will have a sit down, Zoom sit down, and determine your expertise. So I gotta know that you know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna have you doing private consultations if you out there you just telling people anything. So I gotta know you know what you're talking about before I allow you to become a consultant. Now, once you do become a consultant, we charge $100 per hour for private consultation. You will be able to keep 75% of that, $100 per hour of anyone who books you. So you'll be receiving $75 per hour for a private consultation. Okay, so that's how that goes. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the school that we have. All right, this is the school that we have, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, an actual freight logistics vocational school. Students actually they were registered to come down for 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks course training. It's a 70-hour course, 2 weeks training, and included in the tuition is air travel, bus or rental car, hotel accommodations, meals, 3 meals per day while they're here. Uber and Lyft rides, to get 4 Uber and Lyft vouchers per day while they're here, whole 9 yards. Okay, and at the end of it, for those who complete the course, is guaranteed career placement. So we have dispatch firms, state licensed dispatch firms, and federally bonded freight brokerage firms who have committed to hiring or offering a position to anybody who graduates from our vocational school. Okay, now when you sign someone up for the $7,500 tuition, now I'm still working on a way to allow you all to be able to sign people up that we would know that it was you that signed people up. Because right now, the only way that I have that happens right now is you have to send them to the enrollment site. Okay, right here, Derry. You see this? You have to send them to the enrollment site. So, or I'm sorry, you have to come to the enrollment site and you have to sign them up. Okay, that's what we have right now. I've been working with this kind of like a referral link thing, but that hasn't done too well for me in the past. There's always some glitches in it. So right now, if you want to, if you got somebody who is interested and you know they're truly interested in attending our school, our course, you will have to go log into your Square account, because all of our franchise people, they become contractors, on our Square account. So if you log into your Square account, you're gonna go to the items like you would normally do if you sign them up off anything else. You're gonna go to it, and then you're gonna scroll down here, you're gonna sign them up for the guaranteed career placement. Okay, that's for the school. Okay, now they've got to have the money. Okay, they got to have it. Right now it says not available because I haven't activated this yet because I don't think it would take a credit card or a debit card for that amount. Okay. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to have instructions for them to wire that, or it's going to be where they can put a certain amount down, and then they would have to wire the rest of it in. The reason why I'm gonna do it to where they have to put a certain amount down, and it's probably going to be something like $2,500. It's not going to be a small amount. It's going to be something like $2,500 that they're going to have to put down. Okay. That way, when you charge that to their card, it's going to show up in our system that Darren or Larissa or whoever that processed that, you got credit for that that registration. So we know that 2,500 is in house, and they're going to be wiring the rest once they get their wiring instructions. Does that make sense, Darren? Darren, did you hear me on that?
Sorry, I have you on mute. I had received a call. What was your question?
No, I was saying that what we're going to be doing with this for the tuition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, because Square won't let me charge this much to a card. That's how I don't think they will. Well, they might.
Oh.
No, you know what? They will, because I've charged as much as $10,000 through Square before on some other stuff like I
did on Square before with that.
Yeah, I had one of those heavy loads that ran through Square.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you said, you know how you have these like when you be pulling these big windmills, these big turbines, and they got to go cross country with them. You ever seen those?
Yes, I've seen them before.
Okay, I had a couple of them that I dispatched like about 2 years ago, and the pay on it for them moving that thing was like $110,000. So my fee was like 11 grand because charge 10%. So and I actually have processed that much through the Square account. So I know Square would take it. I just got to go in and set this up to where they can do this, and that way, when you all do someone, they're either going to have to pay all of that, or they're going to have to put a deposit down, and the minimum deposit for the school is going to be $2,500. And then if they want to wire the rest or pay the rest sometime before they attend the school, then they can. But your all's commission on that won't pay out until 2 weeks after that class starts, because we have to have 45 students minimum. And that way we know for sure that they're there, and the money is in house, and then we can go ahead and process that payout. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that windmill you're talking about, I actually just saw a video with a train hitting one off of a truck.
Yeah. yeah. I mean, that was, when I say it's a headache, but it's worth it, because you have to arrange for an escort in all different counties, and you have to have those certain roads have to be, because you have to pre-schedule your route almost like a month in advance.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a boat, because I do the boats as well, the big boats.
Yeah.
They have to have escort going through every state.
Yeah.
Depending on how big that boat is.
Yeah, and they got to have law enforcement there to kind of direct traffic and shut down traffic on certain turns and stuff, and this and that. So all that has to be pre-planned and pre-scheduled, ahead of time.
Yeah.
But it's worth it though. It's worth, like I say, the two that I did, one was like 120 grand, the other was like 110 grand. And you know, pretty good payday. That's a pretty good payday. You know. But anyway, that's how we're gonna be paying out the franchises. I'm sorry, to the franchise owners for the school. Now, for those of you who don't know much about the school, this is the school. I've been doing broadcasts on it all week, so go back and look at some of our broadcasts to look at the school. If you want to take a look at what we're doing with the school, simply go to the RBBSLLC.com or go to the RBBSLLC.org, and it'll take you over to our on-site vocational school site. It's located here in Tallahassee, Florida. Have a very nice campus, nice classrooms. Our classrooms can, we got three classrooms. They can hold up to 50 people, and that's with 6 feet social distancing by this, the state guideline for social distancing here in Florida. So, and thankfully the governor is not shutting down the state even with this quarantine thing, because the symptoms are, mild, so they're not shutting down the state again. And that was my only fear, that once we finally got something going, that we might have another shutdown. Because the first time we tried it, shut down. Second time we tried it, shut down because of Delta variant. And so now we're moving full steam ahead. But thankfully they haven't been in the shutdowns here in Florida for it. So we're still moving full steam ahead with it. But this is the school. You can go here onto the website. You can register, by clicking here, onto the website. Students can register for the school. But if you're a franchise owner and you want to sign someone up for the school, don't go here. I mean, come here and register them, but you got to collect that tuition, okay, through your login to our Square account. So you got to log into our Square account, and you got to process that payment or process the deposit. I'm gonna put a deposit option up. I've got to put that deposit option up also too, because this one is just for paying it. Just paying it. I'm all out. And you're gonna have some people that are gonna be able to do that. They're gonna do it, or they're gonna have a sponsor that's gonna come in and put that and pay it with their bank card or whatever it may be. But the minimum deposit for the school is gonna be $2,500. So there'll be a deposit holder here that you all can click on and have them pay that deposit. That way I'll know that you're the person that brought that person in, and when we do finally get their rest of their tuition, we know who we need to pay, because it'll be tracked like all the other ones are tracked. Okay. All right. That's about it, really. That's all I really had for the franchise training for tonight. It was not going to be long. I just wanted to update everybody on what the school is going to be paying when you bring someone, or you sign someone up for the school. 2 weeks of training, guaranteed career placement, the whole 9 yards. We can sign them up for that. You're going to get $850 for the first 5. After that first 5, you're going to get $1,000. You're going to get $150 retroactive back to the first one you did on the 5 you did before. So it'll evens out to $1,000. Okay. All right, that's about it. Dad, you got any questions? Guess not. You got me on mute. Pop up the phone. I'm going to carry something. All right. That's going to do it. I don't really have anything else for the franchise training. I am going to be putting out some more stuff about the school. Oh. Something else I was doing for the franchise training. Let me share my screen again. Let me do this. I got to tell you about this. We're rebranding the online the RBBS Logistics Understanding, we are doing rebranding. If you join us about at the end. Get ready to shut down. Tonight was franchise training. Online, but it has been recorded though, so you better watch it on YouTube, and I have it on Facebook. So you better go to YouTube and watch this franchise training. But we have done some rebranding with our online platform. Let me show y'all what that rebranding looks like here for a second. Let me go here. So we're doing some rebranding because what we have noticed is that what we do is the perfect. This is the perfect home-based business. Okay, look, I've seen a lot of home-based business. I see a lot of home-based business advertisements and all this other stuff, multi-level marketing and all that type of stuff. This is the perfect home-based business because this is a real business. This is a real industry. This is not multi-level marketing. It's not network marketing. This is the trucking, freight, logistics industry. It's a real industry. You see these trucks run up and down the road every single day. And every single truck you see running up and down the road, someone got paid for arranging the shipment of that freight. And the person, most likely, the person that got paid for arranging the shipment of that freight, they made those arrangements sitting in their living room on their laptop or their desktop computer in their own home, which makes this the perfect home-based business. Now, I don't know too many home-based businesses that within the first year where it's very, very possible to do 100,000 plus the first year in dispatching. Okay, so with that being said, we've done some rebranding of the RBBS Logistics Understanding, the online platform. We're kind of combining our online. Let me go to my page. We're kind of combining the online and the on-site training when it comes to our branding now. So for those of you who have a franchise, you might want to kind of take notice of what we've been putting out as far as our branding. And here is the perfect example of it. So we're doing kind of like a dual branding here. Like with the video we did this morning on the Lowball Report, you notice our branding right here now goes the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, an actual freight logistics vocational school with guaranteed career placement offers from bonded logistics brokerage firms and state licensed accredited dispatch firms after successful course completion. Registration for the next class, click here, they can take them over and they can register. Now, the second part of this is about our online training. Okay, so if you can actually just copy and paste this part right here. Copy and paste this part, and write down here, instead of saying putting the link, you will put your phone number and say, for enrollment options, call, put your phone number, and that way they'll call you, and then you can go in and you can sign them up, and you get credit for it. But let me read this to you. And this is part of our rebranding now. The RBBS Logistics Learning Center online broker and dispatcher training, the most preferred logistics training platform in the industry. And this is our new branding language that we're using. We'll train you to earn 100K plus from home, dispatching freight, and provide the online network, tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. Now, that's new, because before, in presenting this or promoting this, we were targeting people who were only interested in this industry. Okay, we were kind of narrow on our targeting. We was sticking primarily to people who were already interested or had an interest in this industry. But it's come to my attention that, or it's come to my realization that this is the perfect home-based business. So that gives us a broader scope of people to market this to, or to expand our brand. So now we're going to be actively and aggressively going after those home-based business people, multi-level marketing people, network marketing people, because they're all searching for the same thing. They're all searching for a way to make great money from home. Okay? And this is the perfect home-based business. It's not network marketing, it's not multi-level marketing, but it's an actual real industry that should appeal to those people because they get to do it from home. And not only are we the perfect conduit to not only are we the perfect and ideal platform to bring this to them because of how we're set up. As it says here, the most preferred logistics training platform in the industry will train you to earn 100K plus from home dispatching freight and provide the online network, tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. Call 866-973-6445. Now, you all will put your number there. If you have a franchise, you will put your number there. And it also goes to say is that you will get access to more than 100 load boards, access to more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos, access to more than 19 million direct shippers, access to every registered owner-operator in the United States, access to live training, access to our logistics library, access to our network of 2,967 industry professionals. Enrollment, $349.95, and monthly subscription fee, $39.95 per month. Now, and then you put that down here with our phone number. You all will put your numbers down there, and I put my link there to go, but you all wouldn't put your link, you would just put your phone number so they can call you, and then you can log into our Square account. If you are a franchise owner, you can log into our Square account and get them signed up and get credit for that. Okay, so that's our new, our shift in branding, or I shouldn't say a shift, our expanding our brand to other markets. So we're going to be actively and aggressively going after those home-based business, work from home, multi-level marketing, network marketing, anything like that. We're going to be posting on all those groups like that. We're going to be actively seeking out those people and letting them know that if you're really looking for a way to earn 100K from home, this is a whole lot better than multi-level marketing. This is a whole lot better than network marketing. Okay, Darren, do you agree with that? That this is a lot better than multi-level marketing and network marketing? I think Darren is busy doing some stuff right now. But yeah, but this is what we're going to be doing. So we are shifting our what you call it? Someone says,
Yeah,
have you
just asking me a question.
No, I was just saying that we're going to be marketing what we do with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center because we're going to be marketing it now and shifting our branding market to home-based business people, multi-level marketing, network marketing, because all those people, they're just looking for a way to make great money from home.
Yeah.
And when you get right down to it, the freight and trucking industry gives them a much clearer path to 100K a year from home than multi-level marketing does or network marketing does. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, you did it, I did it. Many of our other students, doing it the first year, making more than 100 grand a year, just by dispatch. And it's not hard to do. It's actually fairly simple. It's just learning the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, those type of things. But if you get yourself literally just 3 carriers, if you're dispatching for 3 carriers, that should turn you more than 100 grand. Okay, and Some people don't believe that, but that is absolutely the case. That is Kevin and Kim said that's why we are partnering with you, because we can work from home. Exactly. And like I was showing some people this morning with the Lowball Report, if you get yourself 3 carriers, and we all know that the average load distance runs 769 miles, 769. All right, that's the average distance. You know, some are less, some are more, but the average is 769 miles. Average freight right now is up. Freight is up. The price of freight is up right now. So rate per mile average is pretty good right now. It's above 225 right now. When historically average freight was on the good side was about $1.98. So we're gonna go with $1.98. I'm not gonna go with this heightened freight price that they have right now, because some things are happening right now in the situation that we're in with the pandemic and everything and all this other stuff. That's why freight is so high right now.
Calvin,
But
just go with $2.
yeah, if we just go with $2, so that's about the average. $1.98, $2. So $2. So that times $2 per mile, you know, that's basically $15.38. Now, if you're charging 10%, which is what we recommend, okay, the average what's called charge is about 10%. All right, so that's going to give you that minus 10%. That's going to give you $153.80. So you got $153.80 per load on average. Now, the average driver on that 769 miles, only going to be able to do run 3 of those loads per week. Well, I think they might 4. They can run up to probably about 4 of those per week. Would you agree to that, Darren?
Yeah, I say the most 4.
Yeah.
Just depending on where they're going. If it's a
Yeah.
4, I'll say 3. But 4, yeah, I'll say 4.
Yeah, 3 to 4 per week. But even if we went with, let's say 3, so that times 3 is going to give you $461 per week per carry. Now, if you've got 3 carries, just 3 carries that you sign up to your dispatch group, it's not hard to get 3 on offer signed up. If you're making, you know, if you're making 50 calls per day, by the end of the week, you're gonna have about 5 on offer signed up. Period. But let's just say, you know, you're not good at this at all. Okay, you only got 3 signed up, right? So you're dispatching 3 on operator. You should be running about 3 of those loads on average. So that's gonna be times 3, right there. That's $1,384 per week. Now, you take that, there's 52 weeks in a year. You're almost at $100,000 right there, just on 3 carries. On 3 carries, running 3 loads per week. Now, if you run them 4 loads per week, you're going over $100,000. If you're running them 4 loads per week, you're going over $100,000 right there. Or if you're running 4 carries or 5 carries, the average person can run, I say the average person can run 4 to 5 carries by themselves. If you're good, you can probably run up to about 8. And then you're gonna, but after that, you're gonna have to start expanding your business, scaling your business. You're gonna have to start hiring dispatch agents. Let me show you how that works. So let's say you get your first, so if you got, let's say 461.40, so that 461.40, let's say if you got up to 5 carries, which I would say about the most that the average new person first year is going to be able to handle. So you got 461 is what you're earning per week per carrier, 461.40, and you're doing that times 5 carries. Okay, yeah, that times 5 carries. It's going to bring you $2,307 per week. Okay, that times 52 weeks, it's going to put you at $119,000 a year. Now, when you get that, once you get 5, here's what I suggest you do. Once you get 5, My suggestion to you is once you get 5 carriers, then you start looking for a dispatch agent to hire. All right? Because what you're going to do is you're going to give that dispatch agent those 5 carriers. Then you're going to go back out and do what you do best. Get 5 more. That's what you're going to do. Every time you get 5, you're going to hire a dispatch agent. You're going to give them those 5 carriers. And you're going to pay that dispatch agent. I pay dispatch agents, if they're new and not well experienced, I do a 70-30 split. I'm sorry. Yeah. I do a 70-30 split, right? No, I take that back. 60-40 split. They get 60%, I take 40%. If they are experienced and know what they're doing, they get 70%, I get 30%. Now, some people probably say, well, why are you taking the smaller amount? Because I'm going to scale my business and I don't need but that 40 to 30% in order to scale my business to $1 million a year. And I'm gonna show you exactly how that's done. Because once I get 5 more and I hire someone else and I'm giving up, let's say I'm doing that 60-40, let's say I got all new people. So I'm giving up 60-40, right? So 461 40 is what I'm making per carrier. 461 40 minus, I'm taking 40%, so I'm gonna take minus 60%, right? So that's gonna leave me with what? 184, right? Now, so that's 184 times 5 carries. That's $922 per week on my first 5. Now, every time I get 5 carriers signed up, I'm hiring a dispatch agent and I'm doing that 60-40 split. So how long do you think it would take me, or how long do you think it would take you or the average person, right, to get 5 sets of 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 carriers signed up. If you're following this scalability, okay, you are making 50 calls per day. You're calling 50 owner operators per day. If you're calling 50 owner operators today, you hit them with the owner operator. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? If you're hitting them with that pitch right there, you should be able to close at least 2 out of the 50. Right? I would be able to close at least 5 out of the 50. I probably close 10 to 15 out of 50, but I'm not gonna go there. All right. But do you all think you can close at least 3 out of 50? Do you think you can close 3 out of 50? If you call it 50 a day. So by the end of the week, if you call it 50 a day and you close 3 out of 50, by the end of the week, you should have what? 15 carriers signed up. Right? Does that make sense? You should have 15 carriers signed up by the end of the week if you're calling 50 a day. I'm not saying you got to close 10% of them. I'm just saying you're closing 3 out of 50. I mean, really, that's like a 2 or 3% closing ratio, not 10%. 3, you make 50 phone calls, you're gonna sign up 3 to a dispatch agreement. Right? So if you're doing that, you should be able to get 15 within the first week. So within a month, or within the first 2 weeks, or let's just say within the first month, you should have at least 30 carriers. So if you got 30 carriers, how many dispatch agents are you gonna need? Anybody? Because you're giving each one of them 5. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So there's 6 dispatch agents you're gonna hire. You got 30 carriers, you got 6 dispatch agents. You're giving each one of them 60% of what those carriers are running, right? You're charging 10%, they're getting 6%, you're getting 4%. So that's 6% now. And your 4% is coming out to be $184.56 right, per week. So if you've got that and you've got 30 carries, right, that 100, show you how this works, $184.56 times 30. Now you have $5,536 per week times 52 weeks. You're over $287,000 a year already. That's called scaling your business. And this is just in 1 month, you call it 50 a day, and you only closing 3 out of that 50 each time you call. So really, you're not even closing that many because we done cut it down to just 30 in 1 month. You really should have 30 in 2 weeks. So you really only closing 1.5 out of that 50 you call it per day. Y'all see how simple it is when you break this down, you do it by the numbers. Don't try to think the grand scale. Just think, make 50 calls. I signed up 3 people to a dispatch agreement. 50 calls tomorrow. I signed up 3 to a dispatch agreement. 50 calls the next day. I signed up 3 to a dispatch agreement. That's all it is. And literally within your first year, you can scale yourself to over $300,000 a year, probably your first year, if you're doing this the right way. Now, if you're falling short, if you're having difficulties, are you still not successful if you're doing $150,000 the first year? Do you still not consider this a successful venture if you're doing $150,000 the first year? I would. But this is a very real number that you should be able to achieve in your first year of scaling your business the way you do it. Okay? Right. I see the focus is what Kevin and Kim said. I see the focus is to lock in on 50 calls and be consistent. Exactly. Just lock in on that. I'm gonna make 50 calls. I'm gonna call 50 owner operators today, and I'm gonna hit them with this pitch. You know, I'm not worried about the ones that say no. I'm gonna keep calling, and my target number is 3 per day. Get 3 dispatch agreements signed up per day. When I get 5 owner operators that I'm dispatching under my belt, I'm gonna hire me a dispatch agent. I'm gonna give them those 5, right? I'm gonna start them off at 60% of my dispatch fee. They get 6%, I get 4%. And I'm gonna go back out there and keep making my 50 calls a day and get me 5 more. When I get them 5 that I'm dispatching, I'm gonna turn them over to another dispatcher that I'm hiring. When I get 5 more, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna keep repeating that process. Keep it simple, stupid, and just stay focused on that process. And if you do that, before you know it, you're gonna look up at the end of the year and say, man, we made this much money? Yeah, you did. Now, I don't know too many multi-level marketing firms, because with multi-level marketing, you gotta get all these people to sign up. You gotta get them to sign people up. You gotta get them to sign people up. They gotta get people to sign up. That's a lot of time consuming, and it just takes a whole bunch of your time. So for those people who are doing multi-level marketing, and those people who are doing network marketing, this should be a breeze for them. That's why we are retargeting our brand. We are expanding our brand to those markets. Because this is a much, much, much easier path to 100K a year plus. Much easier path. Okay? This requires you to stay focused. All right. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. I appreciate y'all for joining me. This will be, you'll be able to watch this on YouTube. Let me start my share here real quick. You all will be able to watch this on YouTube. It's also gonna, I'm also gonna have it up on the RBBS Just Learning Center group on Facebook. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be in the back office and things like that too. So I appreciate y'all for joining me for tonight's franchise training. We do this every Monday night. We have our franchise training from 7 p.m. Now, next Monday, we may not do it because getting close to Christmas. I'm probably going to be doing some stuff with the family and all that type of stuff. So, be honest with you, the next time you all see me for a Monday night training will probably be after New Year's. I am going to try to have this Thursday night, I'm going to have probably the last dispatch training for this year. It's going to be this Thursday night. And then after that, we'll get ready for Christmas and New Year's, and then we'll be back after New Year's. So if I don't see you all next week, if I don't see you all on Thursday, if I don't see you all this coming Saturday, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff, Happy New Year's, and let's kick this new year off right. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate each and every last one of you all. Let me go ahead and check on my YouTube people. I didn't check my YouTube people tonight. Let me check to see what any not on YouTube joined us real quick. Yeah, they're my YouTube people right there. Okay. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Baba Game Music. It looks like the only person that joined us on YouTube tonight. Michelle Eaton, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you all joining us tonight on YouTube, as you all normally do. People are focused on gift giving. Yeah, they are during this time of the year. They are. What about a cash app? I guess you're referring to people, some of the things that we use for people to pay us and stuff like that. I don't use Cash App. I use Square. I use the Square Business app when it comes to doing stuff for this. Somebody said Governor Santos is an excellent governor. I guess that's referring to you all, Governor. Our governor is well, I'm not gonna talk about our governor, what I think about it. But it's good that he didn't shut down the state, again, for this what's this new variant that's out, which is not very, very it's not a very harmful variant. Symptoms are like, I've had COVID twice. The first time it definitely killed me. It really did. The second time I was vaccinated, so it was like a common cold. The second time, and I honestly believe because I was vaccinated, that's why it was so light on me the second time. But the first time, I had it for 10 weeks, and I was literally bedridden for about 2 weeks. I couldn't get out of bed, couldn't walk, couldn't move. I was gasping for air. My wife wanted to take me to the hospital, but I knew if I got put on a ventilator, I probably would never come off of it. So I convinced her to just let me ride it out at home, and if the good Lord was going to take me, he was going to take me in my own bed. So, but I got through it, and but it was something. I mean, I never want to go through that again. So I did get vaccinated. I got the Moderna. I'm not advocating for or against the vaccine, but I got it. I'm diabetic. I'm 56 years old. I'm overweight. So I needed it, and I got it, and I'm glad I did. And I'm scheduled to get my booster shot on this coming Thursday at the VA. So I'm going to go get my booster shot, and I'm going to continue to do the things that I do and live life. But I thank you all for joining us. I appreciate you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Eric, good deal. So you say you just got your booster shot out today. Good deal. Glad for you. All right. Thank you all for joining us. I will be back here on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our dispatch training, and we have that every Thursday night. And I will be back here on Saturday for the Brokers Hour on Saturday. And I'll be doing some little pop-up, lives and live YouTube stuff, promoting our new school, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, an actual freight logistics vocational school that we have here in Tallahassee, Florida. Campus, classroom, whole 9 yards. So y'all will be hearing much, much more about that, as things come. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Y'all have a great night. And I will see you all back here on Thursday. Bye, everybody.